Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy, Big Al Better, resident Packer fan. Go, Pack, go. In this video, we're breaking down the Packers' schedule for the entire season. This is the final team we're doing in the NFC North. We've done the other ones. Go check the videos if you guys haven't seen those. Matt, we got you here. How you feeling? How you living? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Living's all right, and I'm feeling great.
Okay. Wow, that was really informative. Thank you for sharing that to the fine people. Guys, before we hop into this breakdown, I'm just going to give you a quick recap of how the Packers offseason went. That's what we've been doing with everybody else. Obviously, they added, you got the DC, Jeff Halfley. He's back, of course. We had a great defense last year. You got Isaiah Simmons was signed. You had Mecole Hardman signed from the Chiefs to bolster receiver room. We re-signed Brandon McManus, added cornerback Nate Hobbs from the Raiders. He was like a premier cornerback, so that should be good. And then who else did we add? We added Matthew Golden in the draft. He's the fastest receiver in the draft. So that's awesome. First receiver signed in like 25 years, I think. We extended a couple of guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Jared Bartlett signed. Isaiah Simmons signed. Released Jair, but I mean, like he was barely ever played, So he was great. And hey, good luck to him out and with the Ravens. But yeah, so anyway, Packers great offseason looking to build. Obviously, we got Josh Jacobs coming back. We got Christian Watson who towards ACL, but some reports, according to Matt, are saying he might start the season. So that's kind of crazy if that's true. Matt, what did I miss in there?
Well, except for the fact that you called me a liar, but no, I don't think you really missed anything there. Like, yeah, according to some reports that Matt's heard, like, yeah, we'll see if that's true. So
I
yeah,
didn't call
kind
you a lie.
of
I said according to some reports that you've heard.
alluding to the fact that I was lying or that my sources are wrong. That's all that I've heard. So we'll see. It should be an earlier timetable than we thought, though, because we thought towards ACL, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so towards ACL, so it shouldn't be back until midway through the season, you would think. But
Right.
yeah, from what I heard, should be back. Hopefully for you guys, he's back week 1. I don't think so, and I don't think they're gonna have any reason to rush him, especially with Golden there. So you guys have 3 decent receivers if Golden's actually really good. So you guys will be fine. Not gonna rush him back. I don't think. I don't think the coaching staff would do something like that. But yeah, no, should be a good season for the Packers. Like you said, like the last 3 years, they've kind of just been in the mix and like wanted to get there. Like since they got Jordan Love, it's been like, hey, we're a contender, we're good. Jordan Love's good. He sat behind Rodgers for a year, and then or for 2 years
Several
actually.
years,
Yeah, for 2.
4 years.
It was
It was
two
more
or
than two.
three, and then he had to prove it year. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so he sat behind him, came out, and just okay. It was a prove it year. We saw him in a couple games before that. He was all right, wasn't anything special, and then comes out his first year as a starter and just lights it up. And it's just like, oh, they actually found their other quarterback. Shocker! Packers have a quarterback. Oh, wow! Who would have thought about that one? Yeah, like come on, like that's just what the Packers do. It's always just quarterback, quarterback, quarterback. It's been happening for what 15 years, 16 years at this
30.
point. Sure. I didn't know that your other boy Favre started 30 years ago, but that's good to know.
17 years for Rodgers, 13 years for Favre. That's 30 years. Now we're on 2 years of love.
All right, well then I am wrong. Obviously, as if you guys couldn't tell, I'm not a resident Packers fan here. So yeah,
Anyway, not
without
the point.
further
Not
ado,
the
let's
point.
jump into this and let's see what we actually have them ranked at. Let's see how many wins we give
Absolutely.
them.
All right, Matt. Week 1, Green Bay at home, Lambeau Field, taking on Detroit. Obviously, top 2 teams trying to go for the division here. So, how do you see this one playing out?
Well, you're gonna hate me for this, but I got them a big L right here. Not a big L, but I do think that Detroit's just going to come out firing off on all cylinders. Like the Packers will be favored in this. It's a home game, obviously a divisional game too. But I just think the Lions come out and they kind of wake the Packers up, if you will. So it's like they're going to come into this and they're going to be like, yeah, well, we're still the Lions. We lost our OC. We lost our DC. We don't care. We still have MCDC. That's the main guy that actually matters. That's the oil on this machine. That's the main gear. So I think the Lions come into Green Bay, into Lambeau, and beat the Packers.
Okay, well, I've got the Green Bay Packers winning this one at Lambeau. You can't lose inside the division when it's starting. You got to win your division to get in the playoffs. So Green Bay is going to make that a focus. So I think they're going to just take care of business at home and take care of Detroit week 1, and then they're going to start the season 1-0. Moving on, we got week 2, Thursday night football, taking on the Washington Commanders. They come to town, Lambeau Field. Should be a banger of a game. I had a buddy who's actually going to sell me tickets to it, but unfortunately it's on a Thursday. I can't make it there and still make it back to work by Friday morning. So it's not going to work for me, but should be a banger of a game. Matt, how do you see this one playing out?
Okay, I'm going to give the Packers a win here, which is kind of surprising, I think. But it's a home game against the Commanders. We know the Commanders, they're really good. But I do think, like I said, in that, like, I think the Lions, like that loss to the Lions is going to kind of wake the Packers up. So give me the Packers here in this game. They're not starting the season 0-2. That's just not who the Packers are. So give me a one loss and then a win right here against the Commanders.
Okay, sounds good. I also have them winning this one. I don't think they're going to lose at home to the Commanders. Commanders are good. We like Jaden Daniels a lot, but that Packers defense was a top 10 unit last year. In some categories, they were top two. So I think they're going to be able to take care of business defensively. And Jordan Love start the season, hopefully not getting hurt in the first game. He should be on a tear for the whole season. Moving on, we got game 3, week 3 at the Cleveland Browns. Matt, how do you see this one going?
This one's a win. A lot of these games for the Browns were kind of just by default giving the other team the win. So yeah, give me the Packers here. They're just a way better team than the Browns. We don't know what the Browns will be. Obviously, they got Joe Flacco back, but I'm not trusting the Browns at all. So yeah, give me a win here for the Packers.
Okay, sounds good. I am right there with you. Like you said, I think with us, we're like thinking Cleveland's going to be in the 20 to 32 range of teams. That's how I kind of see them. We haven't gone through their schedule yet, but that's kind of where I see them being. Whereas the Packers are more in the upper echelon, I think, of teams. So yeah, give me a win here as well. Moving on, week 4. This is a fun one. We're heading to Jerry's World, going to Dallas. Put your boots on, Matt. How do you see this one going with those Cowboys you love so much?
No, this is going to be a loss for the Packers, if you couldn't tell. And like you said,
Uh,
I do think that the Cowboys are just going to be off to a hot start. I think they're going to have a great year too. Dak's one of those quarterbacks where it's like if he's healthy the whole year, he's good for 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns. So yeah, give me Dak Prescott here and the boys. They got their new weapon over there too. We'll see how much that actually helps with. I keep forgetting his name too. I'm never going to remember his name either.
George Pickens.
Yeah, George Pickens. So George Pickens hopefully takes a little bit of the defense off of CeeDee Lamb. I don't know if that'll be the case, but even if that isn't the case, like George Pickens might have a big year too. So I see both those guys at top, like 1,000-yard receivers. So give me Dak Prescott in that game against the Packers.
Okay, I am going to be on the opposite side. I think
Shocker.
Green Bay is going to go in there and get the job done. But
Is
but
it, no, I
I
have a
will
question.
say,
Can I preface this real quick? Yeah, let me
sure.
preface this. Is this going
Just
to
cut
be
me off
exactly?
mid-sentence. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm going to. Okay, is this going to be exactly how last year was, where you give them like
No, no,
17 wins or whatever?
no,
You
no,
give them
no.
15,
I think
16 wins
I
and one
had them
loss.
15
Like,
and 2 last year. Yeah, I
yeah.
had them 15 and 2, and they were knocking on the door of that.
That aged well. Yeah, that aged well.
No,
Yeah.
it did. It did. No, this is not going to be how this one is. This one's not that way. But anyway, no, I think to your point about Pickens, he could have a great year. CD could have a great year. I still think that Dallas could statistically have a great year and still lose a lot of games. So that's all I'm saying with that.
Okay.
But yeah. So anyway, I've got Green Bay winning this game. Week 5 they go into their bye. I don't think they're going to take an L going into the bye. So that factors in as well. Yeah, week 5, like I said, they go on bye, come back. They play Cincinnati in Lambeau. How do you see this one going?
So this one, I will say, is a little different than the other teams in this division that we've talked about, where it seems like all these other teams have to go to the bank or have to. It's a home game against the Bengals. Or sorry, they have
Minnesota
to
was at
go. They
home.
have to go to the Bengals.
Minnesota
So
was at home
this
against
one's a home
Cincy,
game
but the other
against.
two.
Yeah, exactly. They've had to go to the Bengals. Okay, that's a little
Yep.
bit different of a story when you're talking about Joey Burr. That team, that dynamic there. Like their team is just so good, right? And they're so stacked offensively. Defense isn't that great. Give me the young Packers defense here that we know is a studded defense too. Like they're young, but they play great. They play like they've been professionals for a long time. Give me the Packers here in this game against Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Wow, I'm surprised you did
I know,
that.
I know
I
you
am
are.
on the opposite side of it. I think the
Whoa!
Bengals are going to be able to come in here. Joe Burrow's going to throw some heat, and they're going to get out of there with a win. It sucks too because they come into Lambeau and win, but I've actually got the Packers losing this one. I think Joe Burrow's great. I think the Bengals are going to score a ton of points, and yeah, I think it'll be a fun game. Moving on, we got Week 7 at Arizona.
Give me a win here for the good old go Pat go. I like the Cardinals a
Wow.
lot this year. I do. Okay, I reside in Arizona as of right now, but my allegiance is not to their team, and I'm also a realist. I'm also a gambling man. I'm also a bettor. Okay, so when we're looking at this, you take the Packers on the road against a mid-tier Arizona team. Give me the Packers here. They just have a better offense and a better defense. I just think it's pretty easy too.
Okay, I agree with you on that one. I also have the Packers winning it for most of the reasons you said. Different tier of team, and I don't know what Arizona's going to be. I hope they can be good because I feel like the years Arizona's good, that division, the NFC West, is a really fun division. But I don't know what they're going to be.
I
So yeah, give me the
I
Pack.
will say something before you jump to the next game. Now, if this game was at the start of September, like a week 1 or a week 2 at Arizona, I would give you guys a loss. Only reason for that
Interesting.
is because it would be 110 degrees outside. You guys ain't ready for that. Give me Arizona in that game all day. That would
It's
be
an
the
indoor
preference.
stadium.
But still, yeah, okay. Okay, you got me. I thought it was outdoor. I thought, wouldn't it be
No,
smart to be outdoor? At least use the opposite side of the elements. Like,
no,
what are
you'd
we
have people.
doing?
Who would show up to that game?
Okay, that's fair. I was thinking about it. I was like, I wouldn't show up to it. Like, and I live here. Like, I wouldn't
Start
show
with
up.
humans, end with skeletons. I mean, what do you
Okay,
even?
that's a good point. Good, fair enough.
Come
Okay.
on, Matt, you live there. You got to
Yeah.
know these.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
week 8 at Pittsburgh.
Week 8 at Pittsburgh. Give me a loss here. Sorry. I think Rodgers gets the last laugh on this one. I get that
I'm gonna be
it's a whole revamped team. I get that. Like obviously it's not the defense that he played against when he was there, but I just like Pittsburgh at home, their defense, and I also like Rodgers getting the last laugh against this could be the last time he plays against the Packers.
Yep,
So
very well
give
could be.
me an Aaron Rodgers revenge game here, saying you guys got rid of me too early, and you guys should have just traded away Jordan Love.
Okay. Yeah, I am with you. I got Pittsburgh winning this one. I think Aaron Rodgers does get the last laugh on the Packers before he potentially ends his career, and like you said, could be the last time he plays them. So yeah, give me a loss as well. Week not hurts me to do it, but it is my old quarterback. So it is what it is. Week 9, Carolina comes to Lambeau Field. How do you see this playing out?
This one is a win for the Packers. That is a
Okay.
very easy
I
win in my
am
opinion.
with you.
I
I
don't think
don't
it's
know
that
if it's
hard of a
easy.
win.
Carolina showed us a lot of good things down the stretch of last season. Those last 4 games from Bryce Young were great. They were playing good ball and they were sticking with a lot of good teams. But I don't think they're going to have enough to go to Lambeau and get a dub. So
Yeah.
I am with you. Week 10, they Philadelphia Eagles, reigning Super Bowl champions, come to town. Matt, how do you see this one playing out?
Packers just don't have an answer for Saquon. They don't have an answer for AJ. It's just they don't have an answer for Jalen. That's what it is. It's going to be the rushing attack that beats you guys. Like we've talked about a lot over the past couple of years. That's your guys' weakness. I'm not sure if it still
Not on
is.
this channel,
Correct
we
me.
haven't. Not on this channel, we haven't.
But if you want to correct me if I'm wrong, you can. But the weakness on the Packers has always been that run defense. And you're telling me Saquon and Jalen Hurts, give me the Eagles all day.
Okay, I am on the opposite side of that.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have the
No, you
Packers
don't
winning
have the
this.
Packers
Yes,
beating
I
the
do. Yes,
Eagles.
I do.
No, you
In Lambeau.
don't.
Listen, we had to play them in their home, and we had to play them in Brazil, and we barely lost the game in Brazil. And Love got hurt. It was a one possession game, and then the refs screwed us in that playoff game with a fumble at the 20-yard line, and we clearly recover, and they just give that to Philly. I don't think so. That game should have gone completely different. Also, once they scored there, they didn't do jack all until the fourth quarter. So I don't want to hear it. The Packers showed up to win that game, should have won that playoff game. Maybe not won it, but that game should have been much closer if the refs don't give them a touchdown for free at the 20-yard line. So give me the Packers here saying, "Oh, sorry, Philly, it's not 2024, it's 2025 now, different era. We'd like actually to go on a hunt for the Lombardi you stole." Anyway, let's keep it moving. Week 11 at the Giants. Matt, how do you see this one going?
I'll give them a win here. I think it could be a tough win here, depending on how the Giants actually are. Because like we've talked about, like we don't know
Yep.
what the Giants are going to be. But I'll like looking at it, taking it at face value. I'll give the Packers a win here on the road in New York.
Okay, I am going to be with you. Like you said, we don't know what New York's going to be. They could be great. Russ could play really well. The defense could be middle of the pack, or maybe teasing a top 10. I think, and they could really shock the world a little bit. But I'm not going to trust that here. Uh, give me the pack. Week 12, back at Lambeau. What's the date for this game? Middle of November, late November, versus Minnesota at home in Lambeau. How do you see that one go?
I have you guys winning this one against the Vikings.
Do you have us winning this?
Yeah, at home against the Vikings. Yeah.
I would agree with you. I think the outdoor elements are going to be a thing. JJ McCarthy should be rounding into form pretty well, I would think. But yeah, outdoor Lambeau. I just don't see Minnesota Dome team coming in and really making too much hay here.
I just give
Next,
them
we
the
got
home
week 13.
advantage. Home advantage there
That
for Green Bay. It's a divisional
absolutely.
game. Take the home team. That's usually like the smartest play, especially when you're talking about betting on a game too. Like it's usually just take the home team in a divisional game. That's usually the outcome. 70% of the
Sure.
time. So
Absolutely. Week 13 at Detroit,
yeah, see
Ford
this
Field.
at Detroit. Yeah, you guys aren't going into Detroit and I don't think you guys could definitely put up 30, 35 points, but you're not going to put up the 45 that the Lions are going to put up on you guys. So give me a loss there for the Packers.
Okay. I also have a loss for the Packers. I think we're gonna, trade with Detroit on the season. Hopefully we can go in there and sweep them, but I gotta live in reality, so I don't believe that is what's gonna happen. I think we'll end up trading with them because Detroit is a good franchise. Finally, week 14, Chicago comes to Lambeau Field. How do you see this one playing out?
That is going to be another win for you guys. It's a home game against the Bears. Give me a win here for the Packers.
Okay, I am with you lockstep. I don't see Caleb Williams and this Ben Johnson team coming into Lambeau and getting it done late in the season, so I'm with you as well. W for the Packers because the Bears suck. Week 15 at Denver. How do you see this one going?
You might disagree with me on this one, but I'm not sure. You might shock me a little bit here. I'm giving the Packers a loss here. I
Really?
think Denver, Bo Nix, that
Mile
defense.
high.
I like that a lot though. Like, give me Mile High, give me that Denver defense, and their offense too. The offense was sneaky good last year. It's going to be good again this year, probably just a little bit better. Bo Nix another year, and that defense is no joke. So yeah, give me the Broncos here.
Okay, to your point about the defense, Dan Orlovsky on ESPN was saying that he thinks that the Broncos could be the best defense in football this year. So, like you said, no joke. I'm actually with you. I think they're going to lose to Denver in this game. I think it's hard to go on the road after a divisional game against Chicago and go take care of business. So, I'm going to give them the L here. Next, we move to week 16. They head to Chicago now. So, you play Chicago, play Denver, play Chicago again. How do you see this one going?
You're beat up after the Denver game. Give me the Chicago Bears and a win here, so another loss for the Packers.
Okay, I think we sweep Chicago, so I'm taking the dub here. Aaron Rodgers owns Soldier Field, and he gave the keys to Jordan Love. I do believe the Packers go in there and take care of business. I don't know when the last time the Packers lost in Soldier Field was. Week 17, Baltimore comes to town to Lambeau Field. This game should be epic. Week 17, playoff push time. Matt, how do you see this game against Baltimore going?
See, this one's tough. It is,
It
but
is.
it is tough, but it's not. We've already talked about this with every other team in this division that has to play against the Ravens. The
Sure.
Ravens and Lamar Jackson. That's the
Yep.
recipe for success against the NFC. Give me a loss here for the Packers.
Really.
It is. What do you mean, really?
In
This is
Lambeau,
Lamar
it's gonna be
Jackson.
22 degrees outside. Could have
Give
snow on the
give
ground.
me Lamar Jackson beating another NFC team like he's been doing his whole career.
Okay, I am in lockstep with you. I think they lose this game to
Then why are you trying to
Baltimore.
sit here and try to play a game and run a game on me? Like,
Come on
oh well,
now.
what are you
Come on
doing?
now.
Like Lamar, it'd be like 20 degrees. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be locked
Yeah,
up with you though. Like, yeah, okay.
I do think
You're
it's gonna be a
acting
great
coy.
game.
Yeah.
And I would love if the Packers can go win it, but we know what Lamar is against the NFC, so I can't not take that in consideration when I'm looking at this, right?
I could see
I
the
like I
Packers
said,
winning
gotta
that
live in
game though.
reality.
I could because it's gonna
Sure,
be
no,
cold and it's
absolutely,
outdoor. Like, hey, give me that all day. If they do win, hey, great for the Packers. But when you're looking
absolutely.
at it, like yeah, like you said, face value,
Zoomed out from
statistics,
right.
Lamar doesn't lose.
Correct. And then
hmm
week 18, we close it out at Minnesota. How do you see
And
this
like
one
we
going?
already talked about in our Vikings video, I have the Packers losing this game at Minnesota.
I also have them losing at Minnesota for different reasons. I think they'll have the division pretty much in hand. Uh, but you seem to just think that they're going to trade with everybody, and
Except for the
that's kind of
Lions.
crazy.
Except for the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions
I could
sweep
see
that. I
I
think they
could see
trade
that
with
game in
everybody
Soldier
else.
Field against the Bears going the other way. I could. But I just think that late in the season when you have
Based on,
Ben Johnson, like I'm sorry, they should be able to win that game at home against the freaking Packers.
we've never seen an offensive coordinator become a head coach and just suck, have we?
No, we have. Look at what's his name?
Nathaniel Hackett.
Mike McDaniel or whatever his name was for Patriots. Their quarterbacks coach and OC.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniels. Yeah.
Yeah, went to the Raiders.
Went to the Broncos before that. Or after
Then
that or
then
whatever. Yeah.
Daniel Hackett for the Packers went to the Broncos to be their
Yep.
coach with Russ.
Mhm.
Totally sucked. Got fired.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
Yeah, you've got the Packers ending on a 4-game losing streak. That
8 and
seems
9.
realistic.
Well, a 4-game losing streak where it's like I already said that one of those I could see not happening, but you're going to the Broncos. That's an easy, well, not an easy L, but that's an L in my opinion, and also in yours. And then you have at the Bears. I could see them losing that if Ben Johnson's actually who we think he is, and he can actually do something in that for that team. Then you have the Broncos and at Minnesota. That's a tough last 4 games, especially if it's trying to make a playoff push. That's tough.
You give Chicago a win against Detroit, but you don't give like and you think Detroit will win again? They'll lose to Chicago and lose to Minnesota, but they'll
petty.
sweep Green
See,
Bay.
that's so
But
petty
then
too.
you think that
Do you want to know why
that
that's
Green
petty?
Bay's going to trade with Chicago and Minnesota?
You want to know why that's petty?
You tell me.
Because Ben Johnson has seen the Lions' defense. Have you?
Yeah, pull up the tape.
Yeah, exactly. Ben Johnson lived it. He saw it with his own eyes. He doesn't need the tape.
All right,
he knows the weaknesses. That's what I'm saying. And that makes sense. That makes sense. So don't try to sit here and act like I don't know what I'm talking about.
It makes a little bit of sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book, where we actually know what we're talking about. There's a reason that we have the Bears beating the Lions, Lions losing to the Bears one game, and then the Lions sweeping the Packers.
There's really no reason
what they did last year.
Last year when they actually had a better team and when they actually had their offensive.
The team's the same. The team's the same.
Team, leadership matters. Anyway, you've got them going 8-9. I've got them going 11-6. What does the book have them at?
The book has them at 10.5. The same line as the Lions, 10.5. You can take them at 9.5 if you want to, but 10.5 is where you're getting a plus 155 on the over, and then the under is minus 190. Now you can lower both of those if you'd like to, and take the 9.5, and that'd be a little bit lower, but
over at minus 120, under at plus 100.
And that would be at 9.5. So, I mean, take your pick there, but yeah, for me,
I
would be on the under, and you would be too, right? Because you're at 10 wins.
No, I've got 11-6.
Okay. Did you think you'd have them win more games or not?
I went into it blind. Wasn't like I'm gonna have them.
No, did you think that you would have them at like 12 wins?
I thought I was gonna be able to give them.
I thought you would too. I thought you were gonna be at like 12 or 13.
The schedule's tough. The schedule's
like
tough.
We've talked about, especially for this division in particular, like the division that they have to play. And also, it's like that's the other thing too. Is like we've gone through all these teams, right? We don't have a single team at like 12 wins.
No,
which is crazy because
the
last year all
rated
3 of them were over 12 wins, right? Yeah.
I don't know if you had
Packers
Minnesota
were at 12.
over.
I mean, like they actually ended. Yeah.
Green Bay lost 6. They lost 2 to Detroit, 2 to Minnesota, 1 to Philly, and 1 to Chicago.
So they were 11-6.
11-6.
So they had 11 wins. You had the Vikings at 14. You had the Lions at 15.
Right.
So, and we don't have anybody even at like 11 or 12 wins. So,
right.
That goes to tell you something just about like the division and how every year can change. And obviously that's our opinion. We're not like, we don't have a crystal ball or an 8 ball in front of us. Like we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But when you look at the schedule, it's like this is a tough division for one. Like we saw it last year. Like it was a tough division.
Then they got to play obviously
another tough division. Arguably one of the best divisions in football. Like, especially now. Like, maybe not last year, but definitely now. So, definitely a challenge. It's not an easy slate for any of these teams in this division.
No, it's a slugfest. So, if one of these teams does come out, whoever wins the North has gone through the fire.
And we could see, like last year, we had, 2 wildcard teams out of this division?
Yep, Packers and Vikings.
Yeah, and
the 2 seed of the Lions.
And this year, we could see one team.
Yeah.
We could see just one team, and a wild card comes from a different team.
Very real.
It comes from a different division.
Simply because the way the schedules.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the schedule is not easy. Or we just see 2 teams that can really just, handle the other teams. So, maybe that's what we get to. Maybe the Vikings, maybe J.J. McCarthy isn't as good. Maybe the Bears just still continue to suck, even with Ben Johnson. And maybe we have Packers and Lions, and they're both there at the top, and they both have 13, 14 wins. We look like idiots because we're like, oh, yeah, we have them on their under of the wins, but at the same time, too, it's like you don't know what's going to happen, but on paper, it definitely is a slugfest, like you said, and this is going to be a bully. Like, there's going to be a lot of, beating each other up in this division.
Absolutely. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, go Pack, go. We're gonna have videos coming out for you guys all the rest of this month, and then leading right up into the first games, and we'll have videos for the gambling all football season long. These videos are a little less about the gambling, a little more about how we feel about teams across the league, but then we do tie in the gambling at the very end. But throughout the year, we're gonna have, obviously it's all about gambling. It's less about the storylines. So anyway, thanks as always for tuning in. Matt, you got anything else to say to the fine people before we send them on their way?
Just the thing that we always say, which is protect the bag, beat the book. There you go. I mean, that's our slogan. That's our tagline. That's just what we do. Like, that's what we try to do, and we hope that you guys can glean. If you guys glean anything from us, glean that from us. Just protect the bag and beat the book. Like, ultimately, we're trying to beat the book, but we also want to protect that bag too. We're not trying to go broke after week 1. That's just not what we're trying to do here.
Amen.
We're trying to make millions.
And millions.
There you go. Shout out Pat McAfee show.
Come on.
Come on, baby. We'll catch you guys in the next video.